Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Spooky, and we are going to be doing our Q&A today, and I'm super excited. So, for the footage I have for you guys is Lone Survivor. I played that earlier, and it is a great game. I played it on PS3 and beat it, but playing it on PS4 is just so much better. It's enhanced. Visually, I'm going to know it's a pixelated side-scroller, but the sound and everything is great. So if you guys haven't played it, I definitely suggest playing it, but if not, if you'd like to see me do a let's play of it past this point, let me know in the comments, because like I said, I'd love it, and I'd love to do a let's play for you guys if you are interested. But let's move on to the topic. We are going to be doing our Q&A, and I actually received a lot of feedback from you guys, so that's so awesome. I actually received 43 comments. Now that's with a few of them being my replies to you guys, but 43 comments, so that's great. That's honestly the most responses I've got for any video on my channel ever, so it's really exciting to see that you guys have that much, that you want to know, and we actually have a lot to go over, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. The first question comes from, now I'm gonna go ahead and apologize if I get any of these names wrong. I'm very sorry, because I'm trying my best to pronunciate everything correctly, but the first one comes from Yukieri Ignacio, and he asked, what possessed you to play Souls? How did you gain an interest? Now, this is a great question because, let's see, I've been with this series from the start. I played Demon Souls back in 2010 by borrowing it from my boyfriend, and he picked up the game that sounded interesting and said I could play it if I wanted to. It wasn't anything that we knew at the time. So I gave it a try, and I played it even before he got to. So, I kid you not, I played that first level, Boltarian Palace, 70 plus times. I played that level over and over, and each time I died, I would start over and I'd get a little bit further. But at the time, I didn't understand the game's concept of being extremely punishing, so each time I died, it just made me more angry, and I just kind of raged and raged and raged. Now, don't get me wrong, I kept at it until I had that damn level memorized step for step. But to this day, I could play it blindfolded. I really could. But I gave it back to him, and he played it a little bit, and then sold it shortly after. So it wasn't our cup of tea at the time. I guess because it was such a new concept, it wasn't really something that we could grasp at the time. But anyway, he sold it, and then about a year and a half later, Dark Souls came out. And at that time, we only had one PS3, and that was his, so he'd mainly play. But I sat there and I watched him play through this game, and the game, it was extremely difficult and addicting, and it was just fascinating, and the lore and beasts and everything in the game, it was just great. And I don't know, somewhere in that I fell in love, I guess, with everything. It was a beautiful game, and there was so much to it, and I don't know, I just loved it. I wanted more and more. So, and it made me think, I've played something like this before, right? What was it? Demon Souls. That was what it was. And I guess being an Atlas game, because Demon Souls was Atlas, I didn't recognize the FromSoft thing, so I guess that's why I didn't click when the game first came out. But we quickly bought back Demon Souls, and I had just recently bought my own PS3, so we had the game, and it was on. I loved everything about it. I'd never been more excited to get loot in a game ever, because there's no loot like Dark Souls loot. I'll tell you that much. There's no telling what it'll be. But the lore behind everything, the way they allow your mind to connect the dots with lore and stuff, like you could pick up a helmet and a chest plate and then tell a story about this king and slaying a dragon. It was there was so much to it. I had never played anything like it before. And each time I'd die in the game, I would go back with the know-how of how to conquer and get through it the next time. So I'd never played a game quite like that before. So each time I would die, I'd get a little further, and you would learn to memorize these things. And I loved it. The bosses, the weapons, the architecture, the soundtrack, the music was great. But it was all just extremely captivating. I don't know, I loved it. And as soon as I beat Demon Souls, I started up Dark Souls. Each one was an adventure, and it's been my favorite ever since. Ever since that moment when I was just like, wow, 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 everything was wow. It's been my favorite ever since. So I hope this gives you a beginning look on how I first fell in love with the series. And I thank you very much for your question. So thank you so much for asking that. It really got me thinking on, back then why I first fell in love. So that's great. Alright, moving on. The next one comes from Jay Just Games. And he asked, what other games do you like other than horror and first-person shooters? Now, I have a very wide variety of interests when it comes to games. If it sounds cool or different, I play it just to see what it's like. I like trying new things. I play a lot of retro stuff, even though that's not on my channel. I like old Castlevanias and Zeldas a lot. Like the old ones. The new ones are good too. But I'm always I like the old stuff more, But, I like Mario, and I like the occasional racing game. I played the hell out of GTAs. All the GTAs. I like Minecraft, I've played a lot of Minecraft, but I'm more of a Terraria person here nowadays. I don't know, I guess just got kind of burnt out on the whole Minecraft thing with all the DLCs and just everything. There's a lot of it, There's a lot of new packs and skins and stuff, and that was cool, but it didn't quite change the game, so it was just I was doing it over and over again. But anyway, I can still dig some Minecraft. Any games with great stories like Last of Us, I loved that game. That was such a great game. Actually, I played that on PS3, and then when I got my PS4, I bought the bundle, so I played it on PS4 too. But anyway, that game was great. Groundbreaking. So great job on that one. But anyway, God of War. I really like God of War. The Assassin's Creeds. I honestly stopped being as into the series after Revelations. So judge me all you want. Black Flag was a great game, but I really didn't dig Connor and stuff in 3. And I don't know, after Ezio and everything, I just kind of fell out of it a little bit. I don't know why, but they're still good games, just not for me. I like Sims games a lot. I've put a lot of time into Sims. Hours and hours and hours into them over the years. From 1, I put, Busting Out, Sims 2, I played all that stuff. I'm only naming stuff that isn't necessarily like a first-person shooter or horror as requested, so there are tons of games missing. But there's just a few. My favorite game series that isn't horror or first-person shooter has to be Harvest Moon. Now, laugh at me, and I know you will, but this game is amazing. The series is amazing. It's not like one that you play and be like, wow, the graphics are great. It's just something about it. It's been like a cult classic to me. Ever since the first one I ever played was called Save the Homeland, and it was for PS2, and I don't know, I remember that summer, when I was out of school, I would wake up from morning to night and I'd play that game. Now, it's a simulation game. It's just about having a farm and raising a family and planting crops and stuff like that, but I would get up and I would do this, and I had this farm that had 10 cows and a whole coop full of chickens, and I was after this girl, and it was just, there was so much to do with it. And anyway, so this series, I've been with it since then, and then I started going back. So Back to Nature was probably my favorite one. Back to Nature was for PlayStation 1, and I probably have never put more hours in a game other than Dark Souls. So I know that's quite a jump from, well, no, I put a lot in Skyrim too. But anyway, from Dark Souls, Back to Nature is probably the one I have has the most hours into it. So that's a great game. It's not everybody's thing. Trust me, you either love it or you hate it. So, but anyway, that's another game that is really far out from what I do on my channel. It's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. So anyway, the list goes on and on. But thank you so much for your question, Jay. I really appreciate it. Hopefully that answers your question. Moving on. The next question comes from Dark Soul 09. Are you going to do a walkthrough of Dark Souls 3? Yes, I will be. On April 12th, as scheduled, I plan on doing a complete walkthrough on everything I find in the game for you guys. Weapons, armor, spell locations, as well as NPC quests, boss strategies, and lore. So stick around for all the upcoming content. Anything you need to know you can find it on this channel. So that's my plan. I'm sticking to it. Any kind of secrets or anything I figure out, I'll try to post it first for you guys so you can know. But yes, hopefully that answers your question. I will be doing a full walkthrough of Dark Souls 3 as well as PvP and weapons and everything. So yes, I will be. Hopefully that answers your question. The The next one, Jay the Champ 12. Are you going to be doing any gaming with your subs, co-op or multiplayer? Now, over the past year and a half, I've done a lot of playing with subs. But here recently, I've been working a ton. So I haven't had that much time. But I really do enjoy playing with you guys and getting to know you and stuff like that. Like, I've played with a lot of people on PSN over this past year and a half. I really have. But, you know, I'm always up for playing, but it's really just a matter of time. Because, like I said, I work a lot, so I don't have a whole lot of time to just sit and play, even though I love to do it. So, I've thought of doing a new, like, episode type segment on the channel that focuses on playing with you guys, because, like I said, I really do enjoy it. It's just a matter of having the time to do it, as well as with work and the channel and stuff like that, but I do love to. So, I do plan on doing it in the future, so definitely stick around for that. I mean, like I said, it's just a matter of time, so, but I can always make time, you know, if you guys want to play. I'm always up for that. So, thank you for the question. Hopefully that answers your question. If you're ever interested in playing, I'm always up for it. So, alright, the next one comes from Heroic Cleo. That's how I'm going to say that. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. But, the question is, why I like Souls games or RPGs in general. Now, I've already covered why I love Souls games, but I didn't cover RPGs. So, I'll elaborate a little bit on that for you. RPGs are probably my favorite type of game. Like, if I had to pick between, like, dungeon crawlers, even though I love them, RPGs are probably my favorite. So, I don't know. I love how you can make your character into whatever you want. Like, strength, dex, or mage, you know, if it allows, like, it's whatever your play style is. It's all up to you. You know, I love being able to explore and loot. Oh, looting. That's probably one of my favorite parts of RPGs. Sorry, I got a little too excited with that. But looting, that's probably my favorite part, or one of them. Collecting items, you know, that tells a story or allows you to use new abilities. You know, there's all different types of stuff you can pick up. Lots of weapons and armor to equip, change your ability, you know, protection, appearance. You can pretty much make your character whatever you want. And that's just so exciting to me. Like, I don't know. That's just one of the reasons why I love it so much. But the most important reason why I love RPGs, I don't know, it's probably because I can get lost in the game. Like for instance, Skyrim, Oblivion. I would start the game and be like, wow, let's do this. You know, you get lost in a story, the environment, the world, you know, everything is just yours for the taking. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, there's something super exciting about that. It's just, there's nothing more exciting than just being like, okay, I have this character, I have this skill tree, let's make something of myself, you know? And you don't have to worry about the game abruptly ending, unless you do story, of course, if you just mainly do story. But that's, anyway, I kind of went into too much depth with that, but I really hope this kind of answered your question, why I love RPGs. Like I said, I did answer the previous question of why I like Souls games a little earlier, so hopefully this gives you an idea for both. So, thank you so much for the question. Hopefully that answered it for you. The last question we have on the list comes from Game Challenger Wolf, and he asks, are you planning on playing some indie horror games soon? Now, this is perfect for the video that I uploaded, the footage I have for you guys, because I actually I had two planned. Lone Survivor, which is the one that you guys are watching now, which is a great game. I really highly suggest playing it. Like, you need to turn off all the lights, and you need to put your headphones on, and lock your doors, and just get into it, because it's a great game. To me, it kind of felt like a pixelated side-scroller Silent Hill. It's exactly the way it made me feel, like the music and the gory, like, dark aspect of it. Anyway, it was great. So I would definitely highly suggest playing this. But I have another game. It's not so much horror as it is just kind of dark. It's called Whispering Willows, and I actually bought it a few days ago, and it looks like a lot of fun. Like I said, it's not, like, gory and stuff like this game is, but it did look like a lot of fun. So if you guys would like to see me do a Let's Play of it, just leave it in the comments and let me know. I personally would love to do that. So if you guys would love to see that, then just let me know, because it looks like a lot of fun. But, you know, I love indie games, I love horror games, and I love them both. So I'm always up for an indie horror. No matter what type it is, I'm always up for it. So hopefully this answers your question. But we actually have one more question that I overlooked. It's from somebody called Let's Play IO, and he asks, are you a Satanist? Do you worship the devil? No, I do not. If you're asking because of my pinnacle that you saw in the video, then you should most definitely look up the history of a pinnacle, and you will see that it's actually pre-Christian. So, ironic as that may seem, I think Wicca to be a fascinating religion, and the pinnacle to just be a very empowering symbol of life and protection. And I've always loved it. I don't know why. It's just always been my thing. So, I get that question a lot from people that don't understand it, so I'm not mad. I mean, like I said, I get that a lot. So, people they don't understand. So, hopefully that clarifies to those of you that may have thought the same thing. I'd be more than happy to elaborate if you, wanted to know what it means. But I'm not a Satanist, and I most definitely do not worship the devil. I don't have a religion. I don't classify myself as anything. I'm open-minded to everything. So, last thing on the list is my huge thank you to you guys for everybody that participated in this Q&A. You guys are wonderful. I could not do this without you. The channel would be nothing without you guys. And I just want to extend a huge thank you. And you guys are great. We have over 1,000 subscribers now, and I never in a million years thought we'd be here. So I really wanted to do something special. Hopefully the face cam was something special. I do plan on doing face cam more in the future. I don't really have the proper equipment right now to do, because I'd like to stream on Twitch and do face cam and stuff like that, but that is coming up shortly. As of now, I have my iPhone, and that was what the first thing was uploaded with. So there is more face cam to come. I really appreciate all the support that I received from you guys. I received a lot of support from you, and that just means a lot to me. For the first time doing face cam on my channel and receiving so much support is just great. So thank you guys so much for everything, and I really hope to see you next time on my channel. So thanks, guys.